Welcome to Rearview Diaries. I'm your host, Paul. This is an amazing passion project I started a while ago where I drive a rideshare and meet random strangers and engage in a wonderful conversation. And some passengers have amazing stories that they share with me, and I would like to share it with you. Today was a very interesting, should I say, an episode. It's called She Tipped Me $1,000,000, but it was worth more. And what was so special about this passenger was that it was something that I actually accepted by an accident. It was pretty far outside the city, and I'm like, oh, it's like I think I drove almost 20 minutes to pick up this passenger. But when I got there, it was a physical therapy office, and I see this young lady, probably no more than 23, 24, slowly walking towards me. So I pulled up my car as close as possible, opened the door, and helped her in. And she thanked me. And then she gave me a big smile, say, "Thank you so much for helping me into your car." And I said, "Of course." And so anyway, when I when I press go, basically, I realized it's almost a 35, 40-minute ride back to the city, to her destination. So as we start driving, I go, "Wow, I hope you're okay." And she said, "Everything is fine for today." I go, "Wow, what do you mean by today?" She goes, "Well, sir, I live day by day." I go, "Wow, what do you mean?" She goes, "Every night I go to sleep. I pray that I wake up next morning. And when I wake up in the morning, I pray and thank you for another beautiful day." I go, "What do you mean by that?" And she goes, "Well, since we have some time, I'm going to tell you about my story." I said, "I'm all ears." And this is like one of the few times I didn't have to say anything. They were so forthcoming. So she told me, she goes, when she was much young, about when she was right after she finished high school, she started college. She said that she she got ill, went to the doctors. I think she said, oh no, sorry, she fell, went to the doctors. And when the doctor diagnosed her, they actually misdiagnosed her and gave her a wrong treatment. Uh, and she just couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. So she went to the emergency room every other day to figure out what was wrong with her. And after about a week, they did a surgery, and that surgery was the wrong surgery. So after that, a week later, she went back in the emergency room and she basically flatlined. So they have to bring her back to life again. So she said she did not have a near death moment. She had a death moment and came back. I go, wow. And then finally, uh, she went to a different doctor and discovered that they did the wrong surgery. They misdiagnosed her, and she was in this permanent, well, she thinks it's permanent. At that point, was like a permanent damage to her body, and she would go into seizures. She said, and so She asked me that to hold on to her phone with a pre-dialed number, so in case she passes out or something happens, that I could call and they would give me an instruction. So at that moment, I was a little bit nervous and shocked, but I saw this amazing smile on this young lady, and apparently this is the way she's been living for the last 3 years. So it was nothing new to her. So she did ask me, "Are you okay with this?" I said, "Sure." She goes, "If you're not, you could always drop me off and I could catch another car." And I said, "No, don't worry, young lady, I will take you." So we start driving, and I have the phone, and I'm holding onto her phone, or I placed it right on my on the passenger seat, and we start to proceed. And I go, "So how's everything else going?" She goes, "Well, I do want to go back to school, but it's been hard. So because I need somebody to be there with me, chaperone me from start to finish. So I basically cannot be alone in case I fall into a seizure." I go, "Wow." So so how's your day to day? She goes, "Well, she goes, a lot of people don't appreciate it, but for me, every morning I get up with a smile with and happiness because it's another day that I'm awake. Because literally, she said, I'm not sure when I'm not going to wake up. So I know while everybody else takes, you know, their daily life, granted, I don't, sir. I go every morning I get up is a special day. So I tell myself I'm going to make today into something special. So I keep myself busy, I keep myself occupied. I try to do things as much as possible, but I do have some physical condition that prevents me from doing any type of athletics and also walking too far. I go, wow. And so you've been doing this for almost 4 years. I think she said 4 years. Yeah. So I presume, that's amazing. And then she goes, yeah, the best thing is my mother took all the burden to make sure I was okay. And every time I see her smiling, even I know she's struggling inside, it just gives me hope to live another day and make her happy and make me happy. I go, wow. So she goes, so I really, so I, she goes, I started some online school, she told me, and I said, good for you. But most importantly, she said, every day is so precious. And when we got to her house, I actually pulled up as close as possible. She didn't have to walk far. And she thanked me. And at the time, she said, she gave me a tip and she gave me $1 million bill. It was kind of interesting. And she gave this to me and she said, sir, bless you. You are so kind to me. And I just want to thank you for everything. And I go, of course. After she got out of the car, I was reflecting. I go, wow, here's another, here's a young girl, early 20s. And for her, living every day is a struggle or it's a blessing. And so she told me, something that really resonated from this particular story was that she said, you have to live every day to the fullest. One last thing, the tip she gave me was worth a lot more than the $1 million bill she gave me. So, those of you who are listening, let's live every day to the fullest because we just don't know what's going to happen. But on that note, thank you again for listening to my Rearview Diaries, and I hope to see you in my backseat. If you like this video, please subscribe and like and share with your friends. Until next time, I'm Paul.